Hello guys, my name is Larry and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be cooking you up some of that Creole chili. First thing you're going to do is get you a big old skillet, enough for about 2 pounds of meat. I like to use ground beef chuck. Now the more fat it's got in it, the better it's going to be. But this is what we got, so this is what we're going to use. We're going to dump this old stuff into that old skillet. Just like you got it right there. And you're going to want to brown that old meat up, you know. Chop it up in fine pieces, because you know chili doesn't have no big old chunky pieces in it. You know, sometimes I'm wishing I'd have used a bigger pot, but we may fill this one to the brim. And we're going to make her work with that old Creole chili. Now I'm going to show you the spices that I'm going to be using today. However, you can make adjustments to them spices and put just about anything you want in there, or take out what you think you don't want. Now while that is cooking, let me introduce you to some of the spices and what you know, the other additions we're going to put into this old Creole chili. Now we're definitely going to have some dark chili powder, a little over 2 tablespoons of that. Then we're going to have some Old Bay seasoning, a little over 2 tablespoons of that as well. Salt to your taste. I got about 1 tablespoon in there, and as I'm cooking, if I taste it and I don't taste enough salt in it, I'll add a little more myself. Last but not least, we're going to need some of this old cayenne pepper in there. And then we're going to be shoving in 2 bell peppers, sliced up and de-seeded. And then we're going to have some of this old stuff right here. You know what that stuff is, right? Oh, you got to. I don't need to explain that. Celery. Now while this is cooking, I'm going to start getting some other things ready, and then we'll be right back and we'll just keep this old video rolling right along. Oh, let me also mention, and I forgot to do it a while ago, we're going to be using 2.5 to 3 cans. I'm going to use Rotella today. Now, a Rotel, they call it. It's diced tomatoes and green chilies. Well, we got to the point now where they just about time to put that seasoning stuff in there. You see all the grease is cooked out of it. Just a little bit of water, oil grease right there. So we're going to cook a little bit more out of that. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a bigger pot. I'm a little concerned that by the time I add everything I want to add to it, that this old skillet just ain't going to be big enough. Well, guys, I believe it's about time to start adding this stuff. Let's try the dark chili powder first. Got that one in there. Let's go with the Old Bay. Got that one in there. We're going to put a little bit of our salt in there. And this is going to add some color to this meat, all these spices. And then of course, last but not least, we're going to put a little of that cayenne pepper in there. We're going to make it put a little heat in it, right? Now you want to stir that stuff all up real good. See that little bit of added grease in the bottom will help them spices distribute more evenly. And that's what we want. We want a good combination, a good spread of them spices all over that meat. Even. We want a good even spread of spices. Don't worry about scratching that old skillet. You can always buy another one. Ain't nothing like good old food. Well, I did what I told you I was going to do. I transferred that old meat to a bigger pot. See how it's starting to stick to the bottom of it? That's what I want. I want to get that little char flavor off the bottom of that. Kind of burnt. That's why I'm using a wooden stir. And that'll keep it from scratching that pot. But I want a little bit of char on it. And once you get that, now then we're going to start adding the water, which I normally use about, which calls for about 1 cup normally. But I put about maybe 3/4 of a bottle in there. And if I need more later, I'll add a little bit more. Stir that old stuff up again. And it's safe to say that you can go ahead and add your diced tomatoes and green chilies. Don't drain the water off of them, put it all in there. Now that's 2 cans. Now I like to look at it after I get them in there. I believe that's gonna be plenty. My tasting anyway. I'm a meat person. I like a lot more meat in everything I eat. That look pretty good right there, guys. Now we're going to put in our celery and our bell pepper. Put that old stuff in there, just dump it in there like so. Stir it up. Now I can see it's a little dry right now with water. That little piece of pepper want to jump out the pot. I don't think I need to tell you, but you can see that's not enough water. So we're gonna go back, we're gonna add some more water. We're gonna use the complete bottle. Now some of that water is going to cook out, some of it's going to be soaked up by what's in there, the ingredients. We're going to probably have to add a little bit more water. Okay, we're about 15 minutes into cooking this stuff now, and I'm going to tell you my secret ingredient that really has the wow factor in this stuff. Oh, let me wipe that lens off of there. Oh, there you go, magic, but it's back to doing it again. Let me back the camera up a little bit. Let's get this back over there. See, the camera don't even want me. Let me rub it out. Oh, the camera don't even want me to tell you about the secret spice. I like to add this right here, McCormicks Fajita seasoning to it. Who would have ever thought that, right? Make sure you got plenty of water. Like I said, you know, what I've told you earlier in the video about water, how much you put in it, will change according to how you cook it, how fast, how hot, and all the ingredients you put in there. Put your little bit of that fajita seasoning in there. Don't put the whole pack in it. Stir that up a little bit. Cook it a little bit there, and then go back in there and taste it with a spoon. And you can tweak that flavor according to however you want it right now while you're at this step of it. Not only did that change the flavor a little bit, but it also made the color change quite a bit there, didn't it? Okay, we're going to continue cooking and we'll be right back with you. Now keep in mind, you don't want to go too crazy on that McCormicks Fajita seasoning. It is very, very concentrated and very, very powerful. Put you a little bit each time until you got it where you want it. If you like the original flavor, don't put the fajita seasoning in it. But I just something about that fajita seasoning on top of the spices that I've already added at the beginning that really gives it a little bit of a wow factor. Alright, at this point in the video, we got that old stuff bubbling pretty good. We're going to add some of this hot sauce right here. Not that it's not going to be hot enough, but we're going to add a little bit of hot sauce for flavor. I'd say that's about 3 tablespoons. It looks like we're getting to the end of the cook. Now we need to cook some more red beans and rice. I'm trying to run away from that old steam coming off of that because it fogs up the old camera lens. But it's sure looking good. Got that old deep red color. Get them old red beans and rice. Get some of this on top. Dress it up a little bit with probably some sour cream. Slices of lime. Maybe some parsley. Ooh. Gonna look pretty good, guys. Check out the end of it now. Don't cut it short at this point.